Hi there everyone. One of my ladies asked me to do a video on watercolour for this technique for this card. I've used the Timeless Tulips stamp set and punch for the decorating, but the background is watercolouring. It's a wet on wet technique, and I've used Magenta Madness, Granny Apple Green and Mango Melody as the colours. So in our catalogue we do have watercolour paper, fluid 100 watercolour paper. It's thick paper designed for watercolouring, cold pressed archival cotton paper, natural white colour with subtle texture. 10 sheets, 5 by 7 inches for £8.25, and it comes in a packet like that. So just to tell you a little bit about cold pressed cotton watercolour paper, there's more texture. Think of goosebumps, which you get when you're cold. Texture, water and pigment are more easily absorbed into the paper, and the ink dries faster because of the bumps. It conveys texture. The colours are a bit less rich, duller than on hot pressed watercolour paper. 100% cotton gives you softer edges and smoother blending, but non-cotton gives more interesting marks. So obviously Stampin' Up have gone for the softer edges and smoother blending. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, this is a wet on wet technique. So the first thing you do is with your aqua painter, and we do sell a set of 3 aqua painters now in 3 different sizes. One's a thicker tip, and then there's a medium tip and a smaller tip. And they're in the new catalogue as well. I think they're £11.25 or £11.50 for 3, something like that. But anyway, ask me if you want any more details. So hopefully you can see that that's pretty wet now. So I'm going to start off with the larger pieces of colour first. So I think I want to have this is Gorgeous Grape I'm doing, and you'll see how it spreads over the paper. So it's spreading out quite nicely. I want sort of larger areas really. And then I'm going to clean off my brush, and I'm going to pick up some Coastal Cabana and put that in. And with our ink pads, they're water-based, so you press them to get the water out of them. So you can see that's pooling there. So having some paper towel is quite useful for just getting rid of the bits that you don't want. So that's quite a bit of the Coastal Cabana. And now I'm just going to show you what happens when I apply more concentrated ink. Do you see how it's going out like that? Hopefully you can see that. So I'm just going to do that over here as well, and a little bit over here as well, and a little bit around there. And then I think I want a bit more of this colour over here, but I don't want it. And I think I actually want more concentrated of the Coastal Cabana, so I'm just going to find the re-inker. And so there's the top of my ink pad. I'm just going to put some re-inker on like that, so that then I can pick it up and get more concentrated colour in here. And you can probably see as I'm doing it, it's spreading out into the other ink and over here as well. Spreading out. So this is going to probably not come out quite as vibrant. I'm just going to soak up some of this water and put some of the blue around there. And then I want a bit of the blue down here as well. Probably now so I'm going to dry off my brush and pick up some more purple. Add a bit of water too, because I want just a bit more purple coming out there. I want to get rid of that ink there. Perhaps put a little bit more purple around. And you can, if you want to, just move your ink like this. So I want a little bit more purple over here. So you can either just pick up the ink off the top of the ink pad, or else you can actually apply it you can put re-inker on the ink pad and then use that. So there you go. Just pull those bits in a bit like that. And there I have a slightly more subtle background than the other one. I'm just going to dry at the end here because that's more ink than I want. And I'll probably dry that with a heat tool. probably trim it down a little bit. I'll just put a little bit more purple over here to colour that in, a little bit more on there perhaps. And I'm happy with that as a subtle background. Okay, so that's watercolour background technique for you, wet on wet. Bye.